About a week ago, I did a video discussing the side hustle site Remotasks, and I feel like there are a couple gaps in what I've said. So, as another week went by and I've been focusing strictly on Remotasks, let's get into it and I'll give more details about the site and if I still recommend it. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, they have a Slack, or I should say, they have a platform on Slack that they use to communicate with all of the workers on Remotasks, and they have several admins. And for me personally, they have been very helpful. So this is one that came out today. I noticed a lot of people were complaining about an empty queue, meaning they don't have any tasks to do. And here's the response. We are fully aware of the empty queue and we're working on it. Work will never be available 24/7. It's first come, first serve. To the tasks that load on the dashboards. Any plagiarizing or low quality work, you will be removed from the task and you will not be notified. You have the freedom to log in spare time, see if tasks are available. Across time zones, the admins do not work weekends. There's technical issues they're waiting for payment issues. That's if you're a beginner. But this last one is what I wanted to kind of focus on. With over 1,500 taskers, it may take some time to get to questions, but we do see you. We are also working on the back end to make sure the project is working as needed. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So recently, this week mostly, I've noticed a lot of people complaining about the Nightingale task and having empty queues, not being able to work. So right off the bat, if you're someone who thinks that you're going to be able to do this full time, absolutely not. You have no chance of working on Remotasks full time. I would love that because based on my earnings, I almost could make it a full time job if I were to strictly focus on this. But a question that came up in the last video that I did not address is, how many hours do I personally work per day to get to the amount that I'm at? And it's anywhere from 30 minutes to up to a maximum of about 2 hours. There was one day where I tried to go all in on it and do as many tasks as I can for as long as I can. And I also ran out of tasks to do at about 2 hours and 30 minutes in. So this is definitely not a full-time job. I've said in multiple videos that I've done, maybe not this one, but like I've tried to milk Remotasks for all it's worth. I'm taking advantage while it's giving me tasks. Me personally, I have not had any issues with MTQ unless I went all in. I think maybe that's because I'm a reviewer and there's a limited amount of reviewers. They like the work that I did when I was creating the questions, so they made me a reviewer. And maybe there's just a lot less reviewers on the site and I'm able to get more tasks without really running out. So the admins have come on through Slack and said that they are trying to add more tasks. They have to go to the client who they're doing all this information for. So, the admins are well aware that, there's a lot of people on this site right now and they're trying their best to delegate as many tasks as they possibly can, but they got to keep their client happy. That's like, if there's no client, there's no project, and there's no really use for Remotasks. So just keep that in mind. This is not a full-time job by any means. Keep in mind, I'm only on one project, at least right now. And what's interesting is today, they actually sent out a thing to everyone on the site that there was another task available. And it was this active data collection projects that I'm hovering around right here. Basically, it was just take 3 selfies and then upload photos of yourself from 5 to 10 years ago. It took me all of 5 to 10 minutes to do. And with the bonus payment that they offered for doing it right away, I should be making $19. So 5 to 10 minutes of work for $19. That's not part of the Nightingale project group, but there are apparently a lot of different projects that go through Remotasks. So, when I was describing what I do on Remotasks and what you might do when you first sign up, with the question creation, almost like you're creating your own chatbot answers, using help from outside URLs, not plagiarizing. I think there is a lot more projects that are coming to an end. That's what the admin on Slack said. So there's going to be more projects in the future for the site. At least I hope so. So even though you might not like the Nightingale project, I have seen people ask to be put on other projects. I've seen people in the chat talking about, oh, can you put me on the project where it's like I look at images and rate images and try to guess people's ages and stuff. And I have no idea what they're talking about. I've never seen that. I've been so satisfied with the review task on the Nightingale project that I haven't really tried to get any other projects available to me. I got this active data collection project just randomly today at lunchtime. I completed it. It's a one-time thing. Got $19 out of it. Not complaining. So I'm assuming there's going to be more opportunities like that coming up once in a while. And I'm also assuming that, you know, if I continue to do a good job on this Nightingale project, when future projects open, they get more clients that ask for different sorts of things. You know, maybe if I'm doing such a good job, maybe if I'm earning a lot of money, they realize I'm a top worker on the site, maybe they'll give me access to projects that very few people will have access to. They just want the best of the best. That's what I'm hoping for. I make sure that I do high quality work on the site. And if you're not going to do high quality work, and you know, what's really the point of doing it? But let's get into one more thing that has been a little bit problematic for me. So when I first started working and all the way up until the past couple of days, one of the best parts about Remotasks is their bonus incentives. And if you do a certain amount of tasks per day, you can get $15 per day. And to me, it was amazing. It made it well worth the time that you put in. You see this last one? It says manual bonus right there. So I went to the admins because I completed the daily amount needed to get the incentive, and it never populated at all. So she's like, okay, yeah, let me manually populate it, and we're aware of issues with the bonus incentive system. So the $15 came through. Well, it's happened twice since where I haven't got paid the $15 incentive. And I brought it up again. I'm like, look, like, I don't want to be annoying. Like, I don't want to keep bugging you. But like, are bonuses like discontinued, or should I keep bugging you about this? Should I keep telling you when this happens? And I haven't got a response back. Now I know they're really busy right now because they've been taking on a lot more workers since I did my review video. I think they've added like over 500 workers since I've done the review video on my own channel about a week and a half ago. So I know they're busy with a lot of questions and a lot of upkeep, and they've had to bring on more admins because of that. But you know, not getting the $15 bonus is quite significant if you're looking for it to be a, you know, long-term, I shouldn't say long-term, if you're looking for it to be a high amount of income for you for a short period of time. You know, the $15 can make all the difference between having like a $15 an hour rate to a $30 an hour rate. So it's significant in the long run. So I just wanted to make that very clear. So let's get into the final verdict. At the end of the day, like I said earlier, I'm going to be milking this thing until it's dry, until I can't be making a decent wage as a side hustle on this site. I'm going to keep doing it. Do I recommend you getting into it if you've never done this before? Look, the Nightingale task, when you're first starting and writing it, if you get put into that project, they're not that fun, just being honest. But if you get the incentives, they can pay well. If you get the bonus incentive, $15 a day, they pay well. They pay okay if you don't get that incentive. I say for the beginning task and not the review task, since it takes a lot longer to formulate the questions and the answers from the URL sites that you need to go to. I would say the payment, maybe you're looking at $10 an hour, so it's not as good. And as I showed in the beginning of this video, there's a lot of people dealing with empty queues, so even if you wanted to just do this on the side, a lot of people aren't even able to do any tasks to begin with. So keep that in mind if you sign up for this site. I would say right now, if you're signing up for this site, there's absolutely 0% chance that you can do this full time, long term. Who knows if they're going to get more projects on this site. I mean, I've just started using this site, so I've very limited knowledge of Remotasks and like the company itself. All I'm aware of is this Nightingale project that I got assigned to. I love it now that I'm a reviewer. I can't say I would fully recommend it, as a long-term side hustle. But like I said, I'm going to keep going as long as I can until I can't really justify its payouts anymore. So I'll keep you posted if something changes. Hope you enjoyed this more in-depth review of Remotasks, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Be sure to leave a like if you did like the video, and subscribe if you want to see more on my side hustle journey.